So I've placed another order with AliExpress. I actually placed a few different orders, and I think this is everything. I think so. I decided to kind of branch out in my AliExpress adventures, and I ordered some things I normally don't buy. And I'm really curious to see, number one, if I got everything, and number two, how some of these turn out. I'm very, very curious. So yeah, I just got all this today. We'll see how it goes. So first up, this one is totally crushed. I saw this on my front porch, and I'm like, oh my god, someone straight up stepped on this thing. So, I don't know what's in this. We'll see. We'll find out. I'm pretty sure this is an AliExpress package. I did order from 3 different stores. I originally ordered from 4, but the item I ordered, it was like a knockoff. I'll tell you later, because I don't want to really have you have any idea what I bought. It was a knockoff of a particular thing, and it was like, oh, we don't have it in stock anymore. And I'm like, oh, well. So that didn't work out. But this, oh, wow, this is so cool. So they sent me stickers. So you can kind of guess probably what this is. So I got this knockoff sticker sheet. We got Prime Bumblebee, Movie Ratchet, Age of Extinction. No, that's Last Night art. We got Crosshairs. We got The Fallen, Optimus. I think that's Revenge of the Fallen era. Ravage, Big Ultimate Devastator, that's a straight up the toy, and actually, you might be seeing a video on that here soon. Bumblebee, I don't even know what the heck that thing's supposed to be, and then Prime RC, and then a few other little things. That's cute. That was not a part of what I ordered. That was a fun little bonus. Thank you! After sales service card. Thank you so much. Please give us 5 stars. Well, we'll see how this goes. Please do not leave negative! I mean, if it's negative, I'll leave negative. But this is actually very exciting. I saw this, and I'm like, this looks so cool. Obviously, you can tell it's of the giant robot variety. Because typically, whenever I order from AliExpress, it's either just ZD Toys Iron Man or Clone Troopers. And I was like, you know what, let's branch out. Let's order some of these knockoff Transformers they've got. Because I've kind of been getting into knockoff Transformers lately. And this, my friends, is a bootleg of the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Bumblebee, which, if you know, is very near and dear to me, because it was my first movie Bumblebee mold. But you can see this thing is styled drastically different. It's in the style of, I'm assuming, what is probably like a Chinese or Korean, some Asian police, I guess. Very fascinating color scheme. I thought it looked really cool. It kind of gives me some Bug Bite vibes. Because they could have just got normal Bumblebee, but I'm like, I want something really standing out. Let's look at the head sculpt. Whoa! That's totally different. That actually looks super cool. So on the picture, it was just the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. But this is actually a unique sculpt. That looks even cooler. Oh my gosh, I'm hyped. So apparently this has a light in it now. The mech tech weapon, they've given it a light. I don't know if it, at least in the pictures, it shows it lighting up. I see some screws. I don't see anywhere how that would actually light up. I think it was probably just a goofy picture thing. Having this big version of the mech tech weapon is really cool. I am curious, though. Let me grab a figure real quick. Who can I grab? Who's in reach? Jazz. I don't think it's in the normal style. Absolutely not. It's way too big. I was wondering if like a normal figure could hold this, but absolutely not. It's way too huge. All right. So let's transform this guy real quick, because I've transformed this mold a million times. And as long as I don't break this, it should work out. I gotta say, the plastic on this is pretty good. I'm liking the plastic on this. Knockoffs have really gotten good, man. Like, I just did my video on my knockoffs in storage, and I think it's the reason why I wanted to order some. Because I had some people commenting like, knockoff toys are so bad. I'm like, well, actually, newer knockoff Transformers are actually pretty good nowadays. And this seems to be no exception. There's no metal in this. Some knockoffs do have metal. But the plastic, I would say, if someone told me this is an official Transformer toy, I'd say, yeah, feels it. Now, granted, I would know it's not, because no way would Hasbro or Takara ever upscale Dark of the Moon Bumblebee and paint him like this. But, man, this feels really good. Alright. Let's get this torso flipped past this really cool head sculpt. I think that's supposed to flip in more. Isn't that supposed to flip up more? Or is that just getting halted? Maybe. Okay, it just goes in like that. Let's compress that again. Dude, this new head sculpt is sweet. I can tell he kind of has some, like, looking down syndrome, just a little bit. But, dude, this looks like a totally different character now. Like, you can tell it's still Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. But that new head sculpt really does a lot for him. It really does. Okay, and I typically put all this right in there. He still has a cannon. It's cool. I love this mold. And this guy's huge! Like, this is a pretty big figure. It's like, I would say, probably old school Voyager class. The quality on this is really nice, and this figure only costs like 15 bucks, I think. Okay, here's one issue. That doesn't stay in the arm too well at all, actually. That hole is not compatible at all. I wonder, though, since it is a knockoff, I wonder if you can kind of get it in the hand. You can get it in the hand better. That's funny. Maybe they kind of just thought of that instead of the armhole. Dude, that head sculpt is sweet. Seriously, the picture on the thing was just Bumblebee's head but white. That head looks so amazing. This is a legit figure, dude. This is solid. Seriously, if you're looking at this like, man, I like the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Bumblebee and this color scheme looks really nice, get this. Go on AliExpress right now. 15 bucks. And you'll get stickers. You'll get puffy stickers. This is sweet, dude. I love this. Oh my gosh. We'll see how the other things compare, but that is awesome. That is seriously cool. Dude, knockoffs are really something else nowadays. They really are. I'm so happy, too, that the item was not damaged, because that box was totally crush. That's a bit of a inside joke between my brother and I. I ordered a, Robot Replicas Bumblebee on eBay. And the guy said, sorry, I have to refund. Item totally crush. And I was like, totally crush? What do you mean? He was like, it crushed, totally crush. And I was like, okay. So next up, I mean, it's AliExpress. They have all those Black Series Clone Troopers. You knew this had to be at least one of the things. Now, as I'm recording this, just I would say a little under a week ago, AliExpress, the same seller, showed Phase 1 Waxer and Boyle and a 212th ARF Trooper. And I've not ordered that yet. I was a little late to ordering this, too. Am I going to do a separate video on this guy? Maybe, possibly. I might wait until I get Waxer, Boyle, and the ARF Trooper. But first off, I knew this would probably be a problem. That visor's, it's not glued on down enough. So I'm probably, yeah, we can just peel this immediately. So that's what an ARF Trooper looks like without a visor. That is a good head sculpt, by the way. But I think if I just glue it more down, like if I push it down, get it more properly situated, it's going to look a lot better. Yeah, so if your ARF Trooper is not looking good, I just peel that right off. The glue's really cheap, and you can get this glued down. I'm not going to glue it right now, but it's really cool getting a 501st ARF Trooper, though. I mean, the body's just, it looks like they're using the 332nd base because it has the eye that doesn't go up to the chest. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They didn't glue the ARF Trooper helmet on, so we can actually look at the blank Tamora Morrison face. Isn't that weird? Isn't that so weird? I'm so happy they're finally starting to paint these faces on the Black Series clones. It took them long enough. But see, I don't know if Hasbro is going to officially do this or not. This is a really nice helmet, though. You just got to get it glued on right. Because it's... Maybe if I shave a little bit of the plastic inside there, it'll just give me a little bit of extra space to get this in. I don't know, it doesn't look bad, but some have it glued way too high and it doesn't look good. But this is a pretty solid helmet. That's not the only new thing about this guy, though. He does have, if you get the basic one, there's like an officer with the pistols on the side. I didn't get that. I didn't need that. But the basic one comes with the clone rocket launcher, which is new for the Black Series scale. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go and order the 212th after this, because this is actually a lot better than I expected. It really is. Hard case was one of my favorites before, but I think this might, with that new helmet that's really nicely done, this might actually take the cake for my new favorite AliExpress Clone Trooper. They're really killing it with these. I mean, again, review-wise, he's got a new helmet. You know, the visor, make sure it's positioned properly. It's a good helmet. The bodies feels exactly the same. It's the same deco we've seen quite a few times now. It's a clone. I don't do a lot of clone stuff nowadays because it's just so repetitive. Like, here's the same thing but different, in different colors. And they're cool. I love collecting them. But sometimes it gets a little boring trying to talk about them. But yeah, that's a winner right there. Definitely, if you want yourself a Black Series ARF Trooper in your life, you cannot go wrong ordering the AliExpress one. Alright, one more package. One more package, and it should have 3 figures in it. One is not for me, though. But let me open it up. Take a look-ski. I'm actually surprised all this came at once. I wasn't expecting it to. One thing came in like this, and the ARF Trooper came in an envelope. And in the envelope, the ARF Trooper was separate, and I was like, is this a t-shirt or something? Oh, wow. Ooh. That's interesting. That's a lot bigger than I thought. Okay. So, I'll open that next. But I have 2 of these. 2 of these, because one is for my sister-in-law, because she loves Bumblebee. So that's another Bumblebee toy. But we've got more stickers. Ooh, we've got 2 different sets. I actually don't have either of these sets. So we've got, like, a weird amalgamation, like Age of Extinction style Optimus Prime. I'm assuming that's supposed to be like Stinger, but it just looks like Bumblebee, but red. These are getting a little weird. I think that's maybe Dino? I don't know, man. What is that? That looks interesting. That's a straight up Combiner Wars Optimus Prime right there. Oh, we've got the Age of Extinction Autobot pack, just as a puffy sticker. We've got Last Night Optimus and Bumblebee, Sentinel. We got Skids and Mudflap, Bumblebee's head. Yeah, it's interesting. What's that? I don't even know what that is, man. What is this stuff? We got Grimlock and Optimus. That's classic. Yeah, that's cool. They're cool. I'm happy I even got a different set, too. Alright, so let's get that out of the way. And let us take a look. Not at this, because we just looked at a Bumblebee. This is fascinating. This is a lot larger than I expected it to be. I expected it to actually not be oversized. I'm not going to complain. You know, it's a knockoff. I'm not looking for it to match with my real thing too much. Besides, it's only like 15 bucks. So, if you know me, I kind of have this record of getting knockoff Nemesis Primes. And if I don't keep bumping into the camera, this is a knockoff Nemesis Prime that's in, like, the Last Night Voyager mold. So, I'm very fascinated to see how this turned out. There goes his sword. So, first things first, plastic's not as good on this one as the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. It's not as good. Let me raise the camera. So, plastic's not as good, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It definitely still feels pretty decent. Let's get his sword. I kind of prefer usually just has the shield on this arm, and the sword in the other arm. Let's get his little robot pecs moved, or unless they're, like, molded into the torso this time. Aren't those supposed to move? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that. I don't even know if I have time to transform this guy in this video, because I got to get to work. I just wanted to open these before I went to work. So yeah, this is like a large, oversized TLK Voyager Prime in Nemesis Prime colors. He's got some nice, good old knockoff scuffs on the back of his, well, back. Paint's not perfect. This one's definitely not as impressive as the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. That one's really nice. But still, it doesn't feel bad. It feels pretty decent. You know, he's got the little armor pieces. I like the head sculpt. That looks pretty nice. There's a normal Optimus Prime version, too, if you want, like, a TLK Voyager Prime, but big. You know, I think I'm good. But this is... I like the sword. Sword's nicely painted. That's pretty nicely painted. They got some of the teal going. He, interestingly, still has a little bit of red poking through, which I kind of appreciate. Kind of, I guess, trying to represent, like, the red, you know, chest on Nemesis that he often has. Yeah, this is interesting. This is really interesting. Let's see if I can transform it. Let's see if I can transform it real quick. I'm not going to worry about the pecs, because I don't really have time to try to test tolerances. Let's get those weapons out. Those will fold down. This thing is weird, man. This thing just has a weird feel to it. Let's see. I thought I was pretty familiar with how this guy transformed. I think Oh yeah, you have to rotate this first before you can even fold the chest down. Then the head folds in. And then, doesn't this actually just like flat, go flat like that? I think so. And I think the arms, I think those go down, right? This is pretty interesting. I didn't expect it to be so big. I really didn't. I mean, for someone that wants like the, you know, Last Night Age of Extinction style Optimus Prime, but in Nemesis Prime colors, this isn't a bad option. You know, I do think there is like the Unique Toys one that they've done. And there was like that actual... Ooh! Oh, the Mushroom Pig was coming out. There was like that actual Shadow Spark Leader Class Optimus Prime they did for the Last Night that I actually totally forgot existed. Okay, his leg has come off. The mushroom is not cooperating. Okay. We're having some difficulty. We're having some difficulty. So, let's assume... Let's just kind of forget that right now. Let's not worry too much about that coming off. And then we'll swing this around. I love this mold, honestly. I think they did a really good job with it for the Last Night line. I wish the Age of Extinction leader was better. I really do, because it's not a bad toy, but it could be a lot better. It really could. You know it could. Especially like putting it up with Last Night leader Megatron. It's just like, you can tell that these toys are a few years apart, man. But this Voyager Prime is pretty legit. But this knockoff, definitely, it has some knockoff-isms. I can definitely tell you that. Like, if you're looking for a knockoff that feels more like a legit item, that Dark of the Moon one's really good. That Bumblebee. But this is fascinating. It's got some mold shearing right there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. And then that'll fold in there. I don't know where I'm going to put this in my collection. There's so many little, like, plastic things that are on my table right now. My desk is covered with them. Oh, that doesn't want to go in too well. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So he definitely doesn't have the best tolerances. He's not going together too well. Let's see if that wants to tab in. Looks like it doesn't. Okay. Oh, man. I don't know if I can really recommend this one, honestly. It's not bad, but it's not great either. You're really getting what you're paying for with this one. And, you know, it was only 15 bucks, so you're essentially getting a Voyager class figure at the, at almost the core class price. Oop, I didn't flip that. So we've almost got it. I'm not going to stress too much about not everything being tabbed in right because, like I said, I got to get to work. But I really just wanted to play with this before I went to work. So you're like, yeah, it seems like that's going to be a little bit of a pain to get perfectly tabbed in. But we've almost got it. Almost. That side went in good. Oh, wow. You can see his knee is, like, really bent. Why is that going on? It could be because of the mushroom. Oh, maybe it's the foot. The foot's caught. That might have something to do with it. Yeah, the tolerances are not that great. There's definitely a lot of plastic coming off this guy as I'm transforming it. But like I said, if you want a Last Night style Optimus Prime, or a Nemesis Prime, this isn't a bad option, especially for the price. You can see it's a weird one. Like, see me trying to tab in the front, untab the back. Yeah, we're going to leave it at this. We're going to leave it at this. The truck mode's actually pretty cool looking. I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty cool looking truck. I kind of dig it. Kind of do. But like I said, do you need it? I don't know, man. Do I really enjoy having it? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. But so far, the ARF Trooper's really nice. But I think that Bumblebee is probably going to take the cake. But this next one is really cool too, because this is an upscale of one of the best Revenge of the Fallen Scout classes. This is an upscale of like Revenge of the Fallen, Hunt for the Decepticons era Scout class hubcap into movie Bumblebee. And getting this one out, my first impression's pretty solid. The joints feel pretty good. I think the plastic feels better than the Nemesis. I don't know if it feels as good as that Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, but for being an upscaled Scout at almost a Voyager size, this is pretty well done. The head sculpt's really nice. That looks official. That head sculpt looks official. He comes with this gun. This gun looks familiar. It could go to like a Power of the Primes Dinobot, maybe? I can't recognize it off the top of my head, but that gun looks very familiar. But I appreciate he comes with a gun. That's pretty cool. The yellow looks really nice. I love the headlights. Those look really cool. Silver paint looks good. This is a nice one, dude. This is really cool. There's really novelty about having a Bumblebee that turns into, well, you know, you'll see. It's really cool. I like this guy. I'm so happy I got all these at once, because they all shipped in separate packages. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know if I'll have to, like, wait for one thing or wait for the other. I don't know. Yeah, I like this. I do wish... I didn't say what it was at the start. I said I was going to stop. It was a bootleg of Combiner Wars Rook. It was like totally retooled, but it was like the same transformation scheme. It looked super cool, but apparently it's that chip is sailed. All the listings, like I ordered from it, and then they were like, "Oh, we don't have it." Then they made it out of stock. It just happens. It happens in this realm of bootlegs. You know, you can't get it all. But yeah, let's transform this guy. Let's do it. So it's a Scout class, so it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh man, this is looking cool. The windshield there, the paint's not too great on that. But one thing I love too, Hubcap's feet just naturally already look so good for like a Bumblebee movie Bumblebee. That this, I feel like they probably saw the feet and they're like, that looks like Bumblebee's feet. Let's just repaint this guy into Bumblebee. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that. So, getting the legs collapsed. Transformation's a lot better on this than Nemesis Prime, I can tell you that. Get that squished together. Seems like that seam is a little... there might be like some plastics or something that need, you know, cut in a certain way maybe. But again, I gotta get to work. I can't stress about that. So then we'll just get all this squozing in. And this alt mode, dude, it was great with Hubcap in the red color, but seeing it larger and in Bumblebee yellow, this is sweet. This is an awesome toy. Get this. Get this and get the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. They are awesome. The Nemesis Prime, if it's something you like, if it's something you're vibing with, you know, it is what it is. But this Bumblebee's really sweet. And again, like my sister-in-law, she loves Bumblebee and she actually loves this hubcap mold. So it's, you know, it's pretty cool. I ordered one for her too. So yeah, cool little AliExpress haul going on here. Got some really cool stuff. In my opinion, the winner is that. This is the winner. Let's put him in the front. That new head sculpt mixed with the really high quality plastic, awesome paint application. This guy is the winner. Next up, I would probably say is Hubcap Bumblebee, and then the ARF Trooper. The ARF Trooper's, like, quality-wise, is probably better than Hubcap Bumblebee by a little bit, but it's kind of hard comparing a 6-inch action figure to a Transformer, you know? It's kind of hard doing that. And the Nemesis Prime's really cool, but it's, you know, got some issues. I'll fiddle with it after work, see if I can get that figured out a little bit more. But yeah, there we go, guys. There's my AliExpress haul. Let me know what you think. Should I order more stuff off of AliExpress when I order the Waxer Boyle and 212th ARF Trooper? Should I get like another Transformer or something? I think I might. I'm going to grab like 1 or 2 more transforming robots. We'll see. We'll see. Alrighty, guys. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all these down in the comments below. Do you like knockoffs? Do you think it's a cool part of the toy scene? Or do you think they're just abhorrent and immoral and we shouldn't even participate in them? Me personally, they're bootlegging molds that came out so long ago that I, like, at least with the Transformers, like, this mold right here is 12 years old. You know, the fact that there's a knockoff floating around, yeah, you know, it's a knockoff. It is. But, like, they've done so much new with it. And, like, this is really innovative. It's just so cool. They've done things that, like, Hasbro didn't do. But then again, there are knockoffs that's just straight up like, here's Optimus Prime, here's Bumblebee. You know, like, this, I could have just gotten this as Bumblebee. But I really like the unique side of it. I really do. This is a cool toy. And then with this, like, who knows if Black Series is ever going to give this to us, you know? They might not. But, hey, they're on AliExpress if you want to get yourself some cool 6-inch clone troopers. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout-out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys, have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. I gotta run to work. Bye, guys.